Well, here to break down the win for us is sports analyst Brandon Robinson. Okay, Brandon.
What's up, guys?
Hey, welcome back.
Hey.
So this was definitely one of the most intense finals I've ever watched, and some people are saying it's one of the best in basketball history. What do you think of the finals, and what made it so riveting?
Chef Curry with the shot, boy.
Yeah. Was that a rap lyric that you quoted?
You know, the Reverend Drake. You know. But no, in all seriousness, I mean, it was riveting because you kind of had a David and Goliath story. You had Steph Curry, a young man trying to achieve his dream, a second-generation NBA ball player. His dad played in the NBA. And, of course, you can't forget Riley Curry, more popular than her dad these days.
Love her.
Riley Curry's huge.
Yeah.
Steph Curry's daughter, adorable daughter that he brings to all the press conferences, and she steals the show.
Way up, she feels blessed.
Yeah.
But I think bigger than that, I think he's a guy that everybody can relate to. He's relatable. You know, he's the guy next door. He's overcome a lot of obstacles. His first couple years in the NBA, he struggled with ankle injuries. So during the NBA lockout season, he worked on his handles a lot and just his overall floor general skills. You know, Vegas did have the Golden State Warriors projected to win the series, but if all things are equal, the Cavaliers did have a chance to win had Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, members of the Big Three, not been hurting out. And LeBron James really was heavily dependent on a lot to carry the Cavaliers to a win.
And Shannon, you mentioned something about that. You thought the injuries played a role in the Cavs not winning.
I mean, even LeBron busted his head on a camera and he was bleeding at one point, and I know a lot of people were asking him about those injuries and if he was still confident they would pull it off. And he said he was the best player in the world and he was confident that he could still do it. This is what LeBron James said.
He blurred the lines of confident and arrogant, you know. But when the greats, you know, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and some of those other names, you listen if they say they're great. But when your back is up against the wall, what do you expect them to say? Do you expect them to say, "Yeah, we're gonna lose"? But
okay, but he didn't have to go that far. Again, he blurred that line. So how do you think this loss will affect that statement now?
Well, you know, it's interesting. You being Ohioan from Cincinnati, went to Kent State, correct?
Yeah, that's
right.
Okay,
so Ohio has this thing where, you know, they haven't won championships in a while.
Right.
The last time the city of Ohio, or the city of Cleveland, won an NBA championship, more specifically, was before the Super Bowl was called the Super Bowl. It was the NFL championship when the Cleveland Browns won a championship.
Before the Super Bowl was called the Super Bowl.
Before I was born.
That's a long time ago.
But I digress. Bigger than that, I think it serves some humble pie.
Right.
Those segmented pieces, obviously Kevin Love can't opt out of his contract this season. He'll most likely stay. Kyrie's coming off of knee surgery. He hurt his kneecap in game 1. I think it kind of gives him that hometown boy, humble pie presentation going forward, because, you know, he did misspeak. And I think people still, it was almost like they weren't necessarily cheering for Golden State. They were betting against Cleveland. And I think that some people feel that, you know, LeBron can be a bit arrogant.
He needed to be brought down a peg.
Well,
let's talk about what this means for Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Now, this was their first finals win in 40 years, which is a huge deal for the franchise. What does that mean for Steph Curry, though? Because like you said, before this series, he wasn't a household name. As a result of this series, he's become a household name. What will that mean for him?
Well, number one,
and what will that mean for endorsement deals?
Endorsement deals, he has a contract with Under Armour already, but I think the Family Guy thing is really something, not the TV show, the Family Guy as far as the image. You know, his wife is expecting. He has that American boy image, his smile, he's welcoming. His jersey can't stay on the racks in the NBA store. I think, you know, in a generation where people often say it's a fatherless generation, particularly for African-American males, I think it sends a good message that you can be cool, you can play ball, you can be in Drake rap songs. And I think that it's cool to
be a great dad.
I think it sends a positive message, and he's winning. Winning cures all.
But some people didn't like the fact that he kept bringing his daughter around because they wanted to get really into some hard questions and ask him. They thought he was just using her to deflect those questions. How do you feel about him always bringing her around?
I mean, obviously, as a member of the press, you and I know you want to get a job done. And when you're trying to record quotes and get things done when you're on a deadline, you know, it can be a little distracting. I'm in the middle. Me, myself, being a child prodigy in the business, I can see how distractions can make media people not want to. You know, Riley Curry was a distraction.
Right, she was a distraction. But for a lot of people, she was a welcome distraction.
Sure.
I thought she was cute.
Yeah, you thought she was adorable. Now, she's going to get her own endorsement deals, too. They might build a Disney franchise around that little one.
Riley Curry line.
So going forward, walking into this finals, who were you betting on?
I had my prediction as the Cleveland Cavaliers winning.
You did? I did. Okay, so did you have any money on that? Now, were you disappointed when they lost, or did you expect it? Did you, at some point during the series, did you see it coming?
I didn't expect it, but I think that it was just the Golden State Warriors' time. Even Andre Iguodala, who gave up his starting spot at small forward, he was named the game's MVP.
Right.
I think it was a situation where a lot of guys really went in and just really wanted to win. Guys winning their first NBA championship. Steve Kerr, first-year head coach, one of the youngest to ever, or he won an NBA championship in his first year as an NBA coach.
First year.
You know, but he also played with Michael Jordan and was under Phil Jackson, hit some key shots as a member of Chicago Bulls during the 95-96 and 96-97 season, where they won 72. They went 72-10 that season. The Golden State Warriors won 67 games this year. Steph Curry broke a lot of records.
Yeah.
You know, so I think the biggest moves of the offseason last year was surely LeBron James returning to Cleveland and Steve Kerr coming as coach of the Golden State Warriors.
And a lot of people have said this gave the Cleveland Cavaliers an opportunity to work out all the kinks. So next year they will bring home a ring. What do you
I don't think a lot of people said that. I think you said that. You said that.
Just me.
I mean, Cleveland does get their hearts broken a lot, but I do think, if you remember when LeBron James came to Miami his first year, they lost to the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals that year. The very next year, they played the OKC Thunder and won.
Okay.
I
So
think
Shannon, there's hope.
There's hope. I think
All right.
that could mirror the situation.
All right. Well, thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for being here. You're
Always good to see you.
awesome.
Thank you.
So now I want some curry chicken.
I'm just saying it
Yeah,
over and
I just
over.
kept
It's
saying
like,
curry, curry,
I was
curry,
getting a little
curry,
hungry myself.
curry.
All right, let's go get some curry in the break.
Okay, during
and then
the
we'll be
break.
right back. Don't go anywhere.